Good afternoon, guys. I'm your host today, Mikhail Key, commercial real estate broker with Mikhail Realty, guys. And the topic today is how to increase your chances of doing your next development within the next 30 days, guys. And I want to cut right to the chase because I've gotten a lot of questions here lately on, man, how can I do my first real estate development project? You've developed apartment buildings, and I want to do the same. So I want to tell you how to put your package together in the most important steps in the beginning, guys. And what you see here is an example of what civil engineering plans look like, guys. So there's two people that you're going to have to involve in the beginning, and there's one thing that you're going to need. You're going to either need to have it or you're going to need to have it under contract or an idea of where you're going to do it at, and that's land. So we have to identify land for every real estate development ground up project. Okay. And once you identify the piece of land, you need to get with a civil engineer and you need to get with an architect. Okay. So as you see the plans that I have up here right now, what a civil engineer basically does is he looks at the land. Okay, we're going to get surveys, we're going to get soil tests, and then he's going to tell you how to lay this land out. So as you can see, we have concrete plans, we have, dirt work, utilities, which way the drainage is going to go, how the electrical lines are going to be ran. I mean, anything you could think about when it comes to the infrastructure, that's what your civil engineer guy is going to do. And then also, what you're going to need is you're going to need a good architect. As you can see here, we had the plans designed out, okay? And the architect's job was to tell that story on what we want. As you can see here, it goes as deep as the siding, the shingles, the layouts, toilets, tubs. I mean, everything. This is what your blueprint's going to do. It's going to tell you what your doors look like. I mean, everything. This is the complete plan. But in the beginning, you want to have a good architect and a good civil engineer working together. Okay. Now, when it comes to in the beginning, when you're putting your plan together, there are a couple pitfalls that you can look out for when it comes to investing raw land, especially in rural America, guys. If you don't have access to adequate sewer, that can be a deal breaker because the cost to get that put in place can sometimes be in excess of how much it's going to cost you to develop the whole entire project, guys. So you want to make sure that you get with a good civil engineer because he's going to prevent you from making mistakes. Okay, a lot of people go in and do developments or, they get their blueprints and they talk to, some dirt guys around, and then they get into the project and they realize that, oh, wow, we didn't do our research. We don't have access to city sewer. We got to bring in electrical. We got to bring in water lines. I mean, anything you can think of that could go wrong if you don't involve a good civil engineer. Okay. So now we've covered identifying land and the first two people to involve in the project. So once you get all this stuff put together, what's the next step? Then obviously you want to get with three contractors, preferably commercial contractors, companies that specialize in building apartment complexes, commercial buildings, because they'll already have a team together who can do all of this. Okay. So you get with three contractors, you give them both plans and you get bids. Okay. You get three bids because there's multiple contractors that are going to be involved in your development project, not just your traditional building contractors. You're going to have, infrastructure contractors coming out, putting your sewer in, that'd be different from your traditional plumber. So there's so many different parties and people that have to be involved that you cannot undertake a project like this by yourself with no experts on the ground. So civil engineer, architect, three contractors to bid this project out. Now, if you need help, your architect is going to be skilled at managing projects, and they can help you put the cost together, and they can tell you recommendations on which contractors to use for your project, guys. Okay, so that is about 5 minutes of an initial plan to put your development together. Okay, and once you put this plan together, then you're going to take it to your banker. Okay. And your favorite banker is going to get it appraised. Okay. Now, a lot of people don't understand that concept because they think appraisals only happen with completed projects, but appraisals actually happen on incomplete projects as to be completed appraisals. They'll take the blueprints, okay, and they'll take the land and they'll give it to a commercial appraiser, and he will appraise the plans. And that's how your line of credit, guys, that's how your commercial line of credit for your project is determined. It's determined on the future value of what you're going to build. Okay. So if this is something that interests you guys, I put several links in here. Click the link. I take about 10 to 15 trainees a month most of the time, and I teach these concepts. Okay. And I will help you put your plan together. I'm a commercial general contractor, and I'm a broker, and I'm a landlord. So I understand all different sides of it. And this is something that, if this is something that you want to do over the next 30 days, take the survey to get on the wait list. DM me, message me. We can set up a call and we can get you together. But I hope I've given you the necessary information in the beginning to help you put your plan together.